Hello and welcome back to the Pit Wall Podcast. We're back, baby. F1 is back after the longer break, longer than the summer break, the autumn break, as the British would call it. And we're getting ready for the US Grand Prix down in Austin, Texas, which is only sort of in Austin, Texas. And I am going to the Austin US Grand Prix, and I will be doing a vlog and all that kind of stuff. So I am very excited. And I'm also excited, sort of, in a both sad and happy way, that today we have Kendra back.
Hello.
Because we figured if Logan Sargent's gone, at least she should be here.
Ouch.
And Dawson has just got married.
Woo!
So he is missing this week, and then I will not see him for a while. So I'm very, very lonely without my Dawson. But Kendra's here, and she's here to help us give an overview and prediction for the U.S. Grand Prix. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow at the Pit Wall Pod. And let's talk about the U.S. Grand Prix. All right.
It is only 14 miles outside of Austin.
Okay, but it's not in Austin. Austin people, is it in Austin? Drop in the comments below. All right, it was first held in 1908, but not as a Formula One Grand Prix. It's been held 52 times. The most wins, Lewis Hamilton with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That is a lot of race wins. And the most wins are by Ferrari with 10. It is 308 kilometers, 56 laps. Last year, Charles Leclerc was on pole, Max Verstappen won, Lando Norris in second, and Carlos Sainz in third. Sort of. There was some drama last year where Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc got disqualified because of plank wear on their car.
And Logan got his first point.
More or less. And his last point. Come on, that you just tossed that one up for. That was too easy.
Oh, I was going to make it a point.
And Yuki Tsunoda has the fastest lap of the track.
Really?
Of last year, sorry.
Okay.
Of last year, sorry. He got the fastest lap last year.
I was going to say, because I thought I saw a stat that Leclerc holds the all-time fastest lap.
But in terms of it being held at COTA, it started being held at COTA in 2012. It was held at Indianapolis as the Indy 500. It has one of the most famous meltdowns of all time, and one of the years where only like a few people started the race because some tire issues. So the US Grand Prix got off to a rocky start, but look at us now. We got 3 races. So any other information you want to give us, Kendra, about this race? Okay, hit us with it.
So it's one of the hilliest tracks on the current calendar.
Which is hilarious because Texas has no hills.
Yeah.
So they made these for this. Anyway,
for
continue.
this. It, like you said, it's the first race at this track was actually held in 2012. The previous United States Grand Prix before that was in 2007 in Indianapolis. Mario Andretti, the 1978 Formula One champ, he opened the track October 21st, 2012, and he is currently one of the ambassadors still. Let's see. COTA is the 10th venue to hold a United States Grand Prix.
Okay.
And then these ones I'm pretty sure are going to be your favorite. So Lewis won the first COTA Grand Prix.
That's right.
In 2012 with McLaren. It was his last win with McLaren before he moved to Mercedes.
Yep.
And he also clinched the Drivers' Championships at COTA twice. 2019 and 2015.
I was going to say quiz me, but I would have got it right.
Sorry. Well, and then my last fact and my most self-centered fact is COTA is the race that actually got me into Formula One. Short story, I came over and watched a practice session and had some of it explained to me, then watched quali, and you were like, all right, well, we're busy tomorrow. Like, you'll probably not see us. And I said, no, I need to come back and I need to finish this. And ever since then, I have watched every single race weekend.
And the next race is one of the most boring races of all time.
I may or may not have fallen asleep during it.
The 2022 Mexican Grand Prix was an absolute snooze fest, but COTA will not be. So this weekend we have a sprint race. So you remember those? It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Sprint race weekend, which I'm very excited about because, again, I'm going and I like me some practice sessions, but after you go to a few races, you're like, give me some high stakes. Give me something that can get my beak wet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited. So
helped that there was one here last year as well.
Yes, there was. So tell me, Kendra, what are your predictions for the sprint pole? Let's just go sprint qualifying.
Okay.
And just a reminder of the format, Friday practice, then sprint qualifying, then Saturday sprint, then Grand Prix qualifying, then Sunday race.
So again, I had the unfortunate luck of, since we were coming back from a quote unquote summer break part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yep. Thank you for the proper title.
It's kind of been a hot second since I've remembered where everybody is performing for the majority. So I did look at last year's results and have kind of factored what I do remember about this season in so far, and I went with a Leclerc pole.
Okay. For
sprint.
I went with a Lando Norris pole for sprint because I have a feeling that McLaren will come out the stronger car at the beginning of the weekend. But maybe their special chrome livery, which I'm just using now to talk about, which I'm very hyped for because it looks better than the last time. And I thought it looked pretty good last time in person because I was also there for that. So apparently McLaren just does good things when I come around because so chrome livery, then Lando won his first race in front of me. So I might be their lucky charm. Might be
So
their lucky
stop
charm.
going.
Yeah, so stop going. Hey, Lewis on the podium when I at Silverstone. So, but he did win when I wasn't there. Anyway, so my sprint pole is Lando Norris. I actually wrote it as Lando Norris on the on the sheet. All right, so who's your P3 in the sprint?
Leclerc.
Yeah.
He couldn't hold on to it.
You think he's going to lose it in that short of a time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my P3 is Oscar Piastri.
Okay.
P3 Astri. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I feel like McLaren's going to be good, but, you know, we'll see. So who's your P2?
I have a little bit of hopium from last year.
Yeah.
I put Lewis.
Lewis is P2.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I put Lando because I think he's going to lose the sprint start. And yeah, so I put Lewis. I mean, sorry, I put Lando, not Lewis. Who's your P1?
Your P3, Oscar.
Oh, you got Oscar winning the
Yeah.
sprint, huh? I have Max Verstappen winning the sprint because I feel like my logic was Lando's going to lose the start. Okay. And when does McLaren usually start putting pedal to metal? Later in a long race. So I figure Max can hold off Lando for this amount of time.
See, I had Max at my tentative P4. It's written here in invisible ink. I was going to write it.
Yes. Well, I think he's going to be very well, but my other results might shock you because I have a very different opinion of what's going to happen in the race.
Yuki Tsunoda, P1.
No, Liam Lawson actually with an engine penalty, which is another thing we need to mention.
True.
He's taking an engine penalty in the sprint, so goodbye, Daniel Ricciardo.
Cowboy of the West.
You know, I'm going to take this quick second to just mention that they were going to give him the key to the city, and I'm really?
I think it's not.
It's pure vibes.
It's pure vibes. It's not so much for race performance. It seems to be wherever Daniel went, he really tried to suck up the culture of the place.
Sure.
I feel, and I feel like a lot of people in Texas really, I don't know, loved and appreciated that. Like, he went cowboy hat, he got the big belt buckle, he had the boots on. Like, he was like, all right, if I'm going to this place, I am going to have this culture and I'm going to be surrounded by it, which I guess people appreciate.
Sure. You know, I'll take that. Well, I have a few things to mention about that. First of all, Lewis has won the race 6 times. That's a lot of times. That's key to the city worthy. All right. So like that's like the first thing. Okay. And I, you know what? He doesn't need the key to the city. I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying, like, did they have to really mention, did they really have to be like, well, we were gonna. Also, if you want to get technical, Circuit of the Americas is not in Austin. It is in Del Val or Val. I don't actually know how to say it. I think it's Del Val. Listen, I'm from Texas.
Your Texas is showing.
I'm from Texas, and we don't know how to pronounce things. So it's not even in Austin. So you're giving him a key to the city and then kicking him out.
But driving by it has been cool.
But you know what? You want to know what? Austin, Texas, is a city where sports go to die. And I'm not a Texas Longhorns fan. I'm not really a Georgia fan either, but I will be pulling for Georgia. And I will be pulling against Daniel Ricciardo's former team, as well as the hometown team of Austin, if you can, of Texas at Austin, if you can call them that, because Circuit of America is not in Austin. So anyway,
Tell
without
me how you really feel.
horns down. And I also want to mention I have a wrist injury, and that's extra work, just because that shows how much I hate them. All right, pole position. Who you got for the race? Grand Prix. Lando, pole position. So you spent no time thinking about. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, he's been doing well. I do remember though last year, Oscar had one of the best saves though.
Also, I would like to apologize. I thought you had Leclerc. For some reason, I thought you had Leclerc on sprint pole. You did take that. So I thought you copied your result.
No.
I take it back because I was looking at mine.
I said Lando.
Okay, I'm sorry. I saw Lando and my eyes saw Leclerc. Okay. Well, pole position for the Grand Prix, I have Charles Leclerc. So we're actually opposite. You see how I got confused?
Yeah.
You see how I got confused? Okay,
I guess I can forgive you.
So Charles Leclerc, pole position, but we'll see how he finishes the race. So you give me your P3.
We'll see. I put Leclerc as P3.
Hey, so did I. See, I think over the race, this is going to happen. So who's your P2 then?
I put Lando.
Oh my gosh.
Did you do it
Yes.
too?
Yes, but I don't
Who's your one?
Lewis Hamilton.
No way.
Did you do the same?
I can show you. I literally did the exact same.
Okay, well, I'm still going to say you copied me because I don't know if there's plenty of proof. I said many times that Lewis is going to win COTA.
No, we have not had this discussion.
But I've been saying, first of all, I did say it to you the other day. I said remember we were in the car and I said, well, I feel like Lewis isn't actually going to win this race, but I have to stick with my prediction. But even if you don't believe me with that, I've said it on multiple podcast episodes.
Well, I've been busy.
I've said it on many podcast episodes. So yes, I think Lewis Hamilton's going to win the race. And I've actually rechanged my mind to actually think he's going to win the race. I've redelulued myself. I don't know if it's the sweatshirt. I don't know. Why do you think he's going to win the race?
He just has had notoriously good results here.
Notoriously. Sorry, continue.
He's had good results. I'll take notoriously out. He's had good results. It is a combination of multiple tracks that he is actually like superb at. Okay.
Actually.
Well, with the way that the car was performing, he's been able to get good results out at a lot of these races, which are the culmination of this track because that is how they designed it.
I haven't had to have a go at Dawson recently, so I'm just going.
You're letting it out on me. Okay.
I actually left a little note for Dawson before I left. His business cards came at work, and I left him a note that says, "Here's your business cards, Nick. P.S. I'm going to Austin to watch Max lose." So when he gets back from vacation, he'll see it.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's so weird. Has this ever happened?
Well, yeah, Dawson and I have done the same thing before.
Okay. Just making sure.
It's very rare, though, especially considering how many things we had to predict.
Yeah.
But yes, I think Lou's going to win. I think he's going to win, and I'm going to cry. Yeah, remember, because I talked about him crying. I talked about falling to my knees in tears.
And yet you still won't bring your Lewis flag.
Yeah, I don't want to insult my dad, who is a Max Verstappen fan, who I think has a lot of odds going. It's nice going to a race thinking, Max might be the fourth most likely driver to win this track.
I know the Red Bull, though. I thought I saw a tweet saying
with upgrades,
but we'll see if they actually work.
It would be great if they don't.
Also, they only have one practice session to test them.
Yeah. So and McLaren has upgrades coming, but they're waiting. So, what?
I got excited.
What?
Haas is getting a wind tunnel.
Haas is partnered with Toyota. Like, they're coming up in the world.
I'm so proud of them.
Haas delusion syndrome is at an all-time high. Look what happened.
Bearman.
Just a few months ago, Haas was being held hostage, and now look at them. They're getting a wind tunnel. They're coming up in the world. They may have Esteban Ocon as a driver next year. But you know what? That's because they're going to be too good. They have to have a weight weighing them down. Speaking of things that could weigh you down during a race, this is a terrible segue. Do you have any crazy predictions? Because I have one crazy prediction. My one crazy prediction is that we will see multiple safety cars this weekend.
You think so?
Bernd Mailander is coming back with a vengeance this weekend because safety cars breed safety cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying there's going to be a crash at turn 1, at least in one of the other races. So I'm just predicting. I was going to say 1, but I was like, that's too safe because I feel like it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's also going to be hot, like hotter, I guess. I don't know. New upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
That Alpine livery is ugly and it might make you want to steer into a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just so many things that could cause a safety car. So yeah, that's my one crazy prediction.
I still love how Alpine still hasn't done the pink camo.
They're never doing the pink
They're
camo.
never doing the pink camo. You guys are never getting it.
Also, other news that's happened in the break is that Alpine is fully abandoning their own company.
Yep.
Because, you know, they used to be the Renault team and now they're getting rid of the Renault engine. And Alpine is probably, if I had to be honest with you, my least favorite team on the grid. and Aston Martin is a thing that exists.
Yeah.
But if Lance Stroll was gone, I would have nothing against Aston Martin.
Yeah.
I like Alonso enough. I think Newey's going there. Like, you know, like, but and I even respect that, even though it's annoying that Lawrence Stroll is like, well, I have the money, I want to buy my son a team. Like, it's annoying, but like I respect it, you know. But Alpine, man, I don't know how they have any fans.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry if you're watching. There's actually like a decent amount of people from France that watch this. I'm sorry.
Hi, France.
But like, I don't know. Like, I've talked to you about this all the time. You didn't like the Olympics being there, so like I have like a really low ability to believe that you like Alpine. So
speaking of liking,
okay.
At some point we're gonna have this conversation more fully.
Okay.
But we've had it in passing. I still haven't picked a new driver to fully support and be behind.
Well, you're going through the breakup process.
I have to go through some healing, some self-actualization.
Well, it's not even a breakup process. It's like a death. That's what it is. It's a death.
Yeah.
But the problem with you is for you is that you got married to Logan Sargent, knowing that he had terminal cancer.
We already know this. Let's go to the.
He doesn't have terminal cancer.
Let's go to my future problem.
Okay, what's your future problem?
And I want to explain this.
We need to wrap up.
Mm-hmm. I have a love-hate of some drivers.
Okay.
There are some people that I like for some things and not for other things. Like, I hate Max's dominance, but I like his resilience against the FIA.
Yeah, but 1 minute is not enough to like.
No, but like, I also like people personally, but I don't like how they drive. There's also people that I just like. I don't think I can fully just get behind one person because I like multiple people, especially from different teams. So I think I'm just an F1 fan.
For now. But all of a sudden you'll get swept away. Next thing you know, you're spending a small fortune on Mercedes merchandise. Only for your driver to leave.
It's still so weird how much this sport changes. Like, I know with the college football, we now have the transfer portal, and players can go from one team to another team for NIL. But previously, that didn't happen. That didn't happen too much, and so you come into F1 again. This is the second full year that I've watched. We've officially hit like 2-year anniversary.
Right.
And for the first like 2 years, everything has been relatively the same. And all of a sudden you get hit with your first silly season and it's like, all right,
this is normal.
The world is changing.
Yeah. You get
I don't
used to
know
it.
if I like it.
You get used to it. I mean, I've never had to deal with it until Lewis moved, really. But I mean, it'd be like, oh, is Voucher going to get a extension? Like, you know, that was pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, so are you saying that Logan's doing like a medical red shirt?
If he gets into IndyCar,
it's a medical red shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that will actually save his career. Again, I still see stuff coming out all the time about his treatment at Williams, other teams saying that they're purposely hoping that an American gets out of the sport because they don't want them there. But again,
that's some Alpine energy right there. Anyway,
I have emotions, okay?
All right. Well, anyway, we need to wrap up. I will be doing a vlog. When I'm back, we will do the race review and all this good stuff. We got a triple header, a break, and then a triple header. The season's going to end really quickly. Kendra, last thing, is Lando Norris winning the Drivers' Championship?
No, he's washed. I don't like his attitude.
Today, Helmut Marko said that Lando Norris is too emotionally weak to win.
Yeah.
And that is the most, like, I was like, oh my gosh.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. You know what you find out is that Helmut Marko says some crazy things, and you know what? They kind of make sense. They kind of turn out.
Yeah.
They kind of turn out. But Helmut Marko, you got rid of Danny Rick. Congratulations. Now, what about Checo? That's all I'll say. That's where I'm leaving it. Apparently Yuki and Lawson have a shot, so we'll see. So
I've seen.
Sorry, I was about to
one last thing.
Okay.
Yuki and Lawson, I've seen that they're already getting along pretty well, which is nice to see.
That's not what I was hoping you'd say. I like cutthroat.
No, they're like doing their little media. They're like messing with each other, you know.
Yeah, but we'll see how that actually goes.
Oh, I know. But for now.
You know, everybody knows that Yuki Tsunoda is the most cool, calm, and collected guy. Literally a Chad. So, all right, that's it. Coda, here we come. It's not in Austin, but it's okay. Lewis Hamilton's going to win. It's been decided. And Dawson didn't give me any predictions, but if I had to guess, I think he'd predict Lando winning the race. So, which is, I mean, it's more likely.
But is it actually going to happen?
Who's to say?
I guess we'll see.
You know what? Carlos Sainz is going to win. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's it. Subscribe, like, follow at the Pitwall Pod. I'll see you at Coda. I'll see you at the track, and I'll see you on here. Goodbye.
Bye.
And by the way, it's not in Austin.